Hello, and welcome to another shoutcast by the TheScChronicles with RB3K here with...
Truth.
Alright, so we're casting a game here on, what is this map called?
Kulos Ravine.
It's a big map. Yeah, Kulos Ravine, got this replay off Team Liquid forums. It's from Masq. He actually put a post up with that. Anyways, he's apparently playing Idra, the blue Zerg down here in the bottom position right here, and we have Masq as the red Terran as in the top position.
So yeah, it looks like Idra is saying that the Asian servers aren't up yet, so he is probably playing the American servers right now. I don't know if it's US West or East, but needless to say, it is Idra playing, so it should be a really nice replay right here, because the macro machine himself is playing.
Yeah, and Idra, we all know, he just loves macroing. He just wants to get his second hatchery up. He wants to get a big army up. He wants to have a good economy and ready to go.
Yeah, but another thing Idra does very well is he gets enough units to defend his base. Like, he never overproduces Zerglings. He just gets enough to defend himself, so he doesn't waste any larvae. It's actually a real talent that he's got going there. I really envy that from him.
Yeah, he does it really well, and he can micro his Zerglings well enough that he doesn't need to have that excessively large number to defend his base.
Yeah, so it does look like their position. This map is large, so it does favor late game, but they are positioned to a point where they should be aggressive towards each other. But maybe they won't. It might be a long macro game, knowing how Idra plays.
Exactly. The thing about this map is the distance from here to here, the cross positions is exactly the same as the distance from here to here, because they have to go through the center and come back. So just the way that the map works out, the distances between all four bases is exactly the same, unless if you count the rush distances.
Yeah, actually, a good point to have that they're all pretty close. Unless when they're positioned horizontally to each other, you can break down the rocks in between to speed process up.
Yeah, rocks right here, and where are we at? I'm sorry. Oh, here too, and over here. So these rocks right here would allow these two maps to basically, these two positions to be really quick, to quick access to each other. And also you can break these rocks right here, as with these rocks, and then there's a lot more rocks to break in this direction, but you can still do it. What's going on?
Yeah, so it looks like we do have a spawning pool down for Idra, probably a really late 14 pool that he likes to do. And it is 16, so we should have a hatch going down. Well, no, I see more than that. It's 18 now. Oh, 19, wow. So
Okay,
it's actually a unconventional play from Idra. Maybe he should, changed his tactics up a little bit. But it does look like the scout for Idra has come in. He does notice that there is a marine and a barracks wall. A wall in that's completed was very standard for Terran versus Zerg. You really want to get that wall in down so no Zerglings can run through.
Exactly. Alright, so got a couple Zerglings out, I guess, again, just for base defensive purposes. I think he's only got 2 right now, probably getting a couple more.
And he does look like Idra's going 1 base Roach, which is actually an interesting, style to go, because, usually you see Idra does, 2 basing, then, getting Roach defenses, but maybe we'll see more aggressive play from Idra.
Yeah. For all we know, this might not even be Idra, but who knows. But anyways, so, 1 base play from Idra right now, and our Terran player throwing up 2 racks, 2 more racks and a factory. So he's got 1 rack's already built, and he's got 2 more coming with the factory. So it'll be interesting to see what he'll go for.
Yeah, the factory mech play from Terran vs Zerg is really popular now. Once people finally understood how strong Hellions and tanks were, even with the Thors, the mech army of Terran can really punish Zerg players that just don't get enough roaches, because heavy hitting roaches are really underestimated against siege tanks.
Yeah, exactly. Mere Hydras will basically die, is what it is, against the siege tanks. So hopefully Idra here will be able to figure something out, and the fact that he is going for roaches, he'll be fine against most mech play. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, the roaches really do help. Cut down the amount of damage the Hellions can do. Zerglings get roasted by Hellions, even though with Zergling speed, Hellions can't really do much. It does kind of annoy me that Zerglings at speed are faster than these flaming motorbikes, which you'd think they should be faster than a little running flea. The way it looks, it just looks like a flea to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think me and you were having a conversation about this a little bit earlier, where we were like, the Hellions should actually have the speed advantage on regular ground against Zerglings, even Zerglings with speed, and Zerglings with speed should have the advantage on creep easily. It's just one of those things that I feel that should be.
Yeah, so it does look like the Terran is pushing out with a handful of Marines and a tank, which will push away this Roach army. The tank does massive damage. The tank actually does 25 damage, without being sieged, and it shoots very fast. It actually has more DPM, in a regular mode than it does with siege. But once you're siege, you got the range advantage.
Yeah, exactly. So Masq's army basically chasing Idra's army right down. These roaches are running away for their lives right now.
Idra really needs to pump out a few Marines, get a surround on them, and then send those roaches in. You really need to cut down the damage that his roaches are taking from that siege tank. He really needs to get that thing down with with Zerglings with speed.
Yeah,
But it does look like Masq here will punish Idra with that one tank and handful of Marines. The Marines do die pretty easily to the roaches, but with that tank there, he's just shelling them away right now. It's just
yeah, pretty even matchup so far. They're both seeming that they're gonna lose their units. Masq does come out on top actually, and he's got another tank coming in.
yeah, I actually would like to see, you know, Idra put down a few more Zerglings. Zerglings are cheap and effective to just be a little bit more cannon fodder because his roaches, you know, they are cannon fodder themselves. The roaches high HP, you know, cheap. But right now he really needs to have those roaches stay alive so he can, just do damage right now. Masq is upgrading siege tech, so once he gets those, you know, tanks with the ability to siege, you can really clamp down on the Zerg player.
Exactly, just set up a contain right around here, and then there'd be nothing that the Zerg player would be able to do. The Terran player is pushing back with all his units. He had a ton being produced, and he's pushing them all back against these 5 roaches. But again, this army right here will be able to completely decimate these 5 roaches. So
yeah,
moving them back.
Once he gets siege tech and a nice handful of Marines to defend his tank's position, he can move in, just set a contain up, and it should it will hurt him, or he might just use his tank to set up his own expansion right now. So it does look like Idra is getting Zergling speed because, he neglected Zerglings early, but now he realizes that he will need them. And even Banelings wouldn't be too bad right now against the Marines because, one Baneling can really ruin a Marine's day.
Yeah, just melt them away.
Yeah, so it does look like Idra is regathering his fast expansion now, and he is, trying to mass up an army because he did lose his expansion, which is 300 minnows. He didn't get a chance to cancel it. It was, formed, and it just died right away. So
Yeah.
it was a very nice timing push from Masq.
Yeah, very nice. That's just the ton of minerals that he could have had for an army that he lost because of that. But we'll see what happens right now because he does have the expansion going up. His base is going quite nicely right now. Doesn't have his second gas up, so I guess he's not expecting much gas. And because roaches only take 25 gas, 1 gas is enough to actually feed this army.
Yeah, well, being on 1 gas with Zerg, you can do that early for quite a while before you even get your lair up. 1 gas Zerg is actually really underplayed. People like to get a lot of geysers up because they think they're gonna need it a lot, but it's really a waste of drones early. You can just stay on 1 base. And it looks like Idra is complaining about something.
I don't know what happened.
Reasons
Did we miss anything?
No.
Anyways, there's a huge push coming from Masq right now.
Yeah, it does look like he has a nice healthy number of siege tanks with SCVs to repair and be a little bit more cannon fodder. The tanks aren't sieging up. Actually, 1 tank did siege up. The other one is in the regular ground mode and is shelling away. And he is sieging up the second one. So now he does have a nice contain set up on this expo. And this expo will very well go down with that amount of Marines and those tanks shelling away. There isn't much you can do right now.
Exactly, and tons more units just coming out.
Yeah, so it does look like Idra, he needs another trick out of his hat. He did get the roach speed, but even roach speed isn't going to be enough to take down this many Marines and tanks. It does look like this game will end soon enough.
Yeah, exactly. His tanks just completely destroyed those roaches coming in.
And it does look like Idra does leave in his usual BM way, says that it's undeserved, but I think Masq actually played very well. He, just got a Marine tank army is a good push, and just if you don't counter it properly, which, it's hard to counter this kind of style, unless you go mass Zerglings and Banelings.
Yeah,
really
exactly. The thing was, we didn't see any kind of cheese from Masq, so, we all know that Idra hates cheese, so I really don't know what he was, raging about, but Masq well played, and good win for him, I think.
Yep, so there we go.
Alright guys, peace out.
Peace.